All right, what's good, y'all? Recording on the road, micro mic, and I'm actually about to leave Avondale, Chicago, a little city close to downtown Chicago. Um, about to head home. My son was just born today. You feel me? My son was just born. I got to go back home and basically get the kids ready for the morning, pick up my wife from the hospital, and we're good to go, right? Now, before I get on the road, we're going to be talking about Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels. You understand me? And upon watching Anton Daniels, he was having a conversation with Stephen A. Smith and another young brother. And truth be told, I am very disappointed. Very, very, very disappointed in Anton, and even more disappointed in Stephen A. Smith. No cap. I'm even more disappointed in Stephen A. Smith and allowing Anton to run rampant over there, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Now, this is the part I wanted to go to right here. I think it is it right here.
And over the last several decades, we all know. So I can't act like I got here by myself, but I work hard just like you to make sure that when given an opportunity, I was prepared for the moment. Let me stay with you for a moment before I get back to Antoine, because we're talking about, I mean, when you talk about black folks, you talk about the black community. Let's talk about the black voters for a second who've supported the Democrats by roughly 80 to 90% over the last several decades. We all know that. So if black America is thriving, the Democrats wouldn't hesitate to take credit. They'd feel they deserved it, no doubt about that. But
But see, that's where Stephen A tried to trap, bro. Right? The Democrats aren't the only ones taking credit when black people do well. Like that's just a lie, bro. It's not like, oh yeah, Democrats soon as every time black people doing well, Democrats are the only ones opening their mouths saying that they helping people. That's not the case at all, bro. A lot of Republicans are also out here making it seem like they are helping people. If you ask Anton Daniels, he's going to tell you that the Democrats help nobody, and that the Democrats are the reason why the black people are fucked up, and Republicans are the ones that set black people free and all the rest of that. So, again, Stephen A, you kind of set the like Stephen A was being very disingenuous with how he was wording the question, right? To make it seem like, well, if black people are doing well, Democrats will take credit for it. So why are they not taking credit for black people doing bad? When white people are doing bad, do Republicans take credit for it? Like, come on, bro. That was a very disingenuous question. And I'm only going to stay on this for 30, 40 minutes. I'm out of there. Let's get it.
black America is struggling, which we obviously are, should Democrats bear responsibility for that? Which one is it, Aaron? I think Democrats have got to continue to make sure that we take credit where credit is due. If you just look at when Democrats are in office, where the black unemployment rates are, it's always higher than when we see Republican presidents. And right now, Biden had a higher black employment rate than Trump. Okay, then let's get into what Democrats need to do better.
And Theron Johnson, with all due respect to you, right? You a fool for sitting here talking about politics with Stephen A. Smith and Anton Daniels. Because as much as I love and respect Stephen A. Smith as a young man who's been watching him since I was in high school, I never thought that I would be watching Stephen A. Smith become a Sambo. I never thought I would watch Stephen A. Smith become an Uncle Tom, to the point where he is allowing people like an Anton Daniels on his show, which is not a problem to let a black man on your show. But when you got black people out here shitting on other black people, shitting on black culture, he gonna mention black women multiple times during this broadcast on Stephen A. Smith show, right? And instead of Stephen A. Smith saying, you know what, is your mama like that, Anton? Right? He just let bro just talk about black women and black people in the worst ways. And on top of that, he ignored the fact that Donald Trump hasn't done anything right. Bro just mentioned Joe Biden had a lower unemployment rate than Donald Trump, but they're going to skip over that to have the conversation about holding Democrats accountable. You can't make this shit up, bro.
We need to make sure that we reward these folks, these black voters, when they vote for us by putting them in positions of power where they're competent and they're ready for it. Also, we got to make sure that we talk about some of the challenges, but we got to offer solutions. And that's why I'm so proud to be in Georgia and Atlanta, because a lot of our black leaders, Stephen A., they're not just talking about the inequities, the inequalities. They're actually putting forth solutions. And it takes sometimes working across the aisle. It does take some bipartisanship, because we are a black Democratic-led city in a ruby sort of red kind of purple state that's run by Republicans and state leadership. So you got to be able to have that delicate balance, that duality approach into it. So yeah, I think that if you put up what Democrats have done for black people versus what Republicans have done for black people, we've done more. Our challenge is making sure that we maintain that voter base and show those women and men every single day that when you put us in office, we're not going to forget about you, but also give us an opportunity to govern. And governor sometimes don't necessarily.
Not only that, but every time a black man, or you know what I'm saying, well, not a black man, let me just, because it's not just about black people, but every time Democrats come in office and they do things the right way, you end up getting a Republican come in office, fuck shit up, and now a Republican has, you know what I'm saying, like the Republicans never get any pushback for fucking shit up. Nobody be on Trump ass for fucking everything up. Where's Mike Pence? Why nobody holding him accountable? People act like he don't exist. That nigga need to be held accountable too. You know what I'm saying? How Trump mishandled COVID-19, all of that stuff, bro. And let's be real, all of this shit that y'all doing, Stephen A. Smith, is wrapped in racism, bro. Period. Period. I would happily debate Stephen A. Smith and Anton. But you know what's gonna happen when Stephen A. Smith hear that I want to debate him? They're gonna gatekeep, right? Because that's another thing that these type of black men do. They're gonna gatekeep. They only want to bring people on who got big channels so they can clout chase each other and make money off each other. They don't give a fuck about genuinely helping nobody, especially Stephen A. Smith, especially Anton Daniels. You feel me? Once I saw them two link up together, I knew Stephen A. Smith was corrupt. His whole shit corrupt, his heart corrupt. You can't be a real nigga if you standing next to motherfuckers who talk so badly about black men and black women. And I've been sparing Stephen A. See, Anton know me enough to know, because Stephen A. might watch this shit and say, who is this nobody ass nigga talking? Anton Daniels know that I've been sparing y'all niggas, bro. I'm talking about super sparing niggas. Let's keep going, man.
Mean that you can just get things done by just focusing on black issues. You got to be able to work with white, Asian, Hispanic folks. But at the center of your ability to work every single day, you got to have the advancement of black people at your core. And I think that's what Democrats have done. And Republicans, honestly, they don't even elect enough of them, don't even nominate enough of them. And literally on the federal and state and the local governments, we don't see the results from the Republican Party that are benefiting black people the way that we do on the Democratic side.
Anton, your thoughts about that assertion that the Democrats have done far more for the black community than the GOP, the Republicans, have ever thought about doing?
Again, it's your question initially, Stephen A., which obviously that was a moving a goalpost, another opportunity, was do you then take responsibility when you are not meeting the expectation as a Democratic Party?
No, Stephen A. question was bullshit, because at the end of the day, when Stephen A. tried to make it seem like, well, when black people are doing well, all the Democrats are going to say it's just their fault. That's not true. You got Donald Trump talking about my little African American all the fucking time, bro. Stephen A. Smith low-key set up this dude, Traylor Johnson, whatever bro name is. He set bro up because he know Anton just gonna come there, berate bro, don't have no facts, right? Because I'm gonna go through it, right? And I'm gonna start fact checking every time Stephen A. Smith bring these people up. And y'all know how we gonna do it, right? Y'all know how we gonna do it. I ain't even gotta tell y'all how we gonna do it. But those who know me enough, if you inside my Patreon, if you inside Rumble and, you know what I'm saying, Discord, I've talked about how we get it done. But we're gonna watch all their video, right? and then we're going to fact check every single point, and I'm going to call out every single lie on everybody's behalf. Let's get it, bro.
For black people? And the answer was no, because he basically said we just got to give credit where credit is due. You're good. You're really, really good there, and I like the way that you answer these
I just
questions.
answered the question, bro.
But you didn't say that they should take responsibility when things aren't going so well. And I would also...
He did. He said you give the proper credit to who the proper credit goes to. Because y'all want to just do this versus Democrats versus Republicans, like this the blood and Crips. This shit's ridiculous, bro. And I'm just so flabbergasted that Stephen A. Smith is taking a role in this shit like it's all good. And then they talking about Stephen A. Smith gonna run for president, bro. That's how I know. Now, if you want to talk about how the black community can be fucked up, out of all the motherfuckers that could possibly vote for office and run for office, y'all want Stephen A. Smith to run for office? The nigga that said that Jalen Brunson was a bad move for New York? Fuck out of here, man.
Preface this by saying that the majority of the jobs, because we can talk about the unemployment rate, but when you're really in the thick of things, and I know that he's in the thick of things like I'm in the thick of things, you understand that a lot of the jobs that...
Y'all not the same. Y'all not in the thick. No. See, Stephen A. Smith supposed to check that shit. Oh yeah, he in the thick of things like I'm in the thick of things. That nigga worked for Obama. You haven't never worked for no president in your life. You didn't even go to college. But because you have clout on YouTube, they allow you in these type of debates where you really have no place. That's the facts. That's the true facts. You don't have... Anton has no place in the conversation about politics, bro. None. Especially acting like he know what the fuck he talking about. Man, this is crazy.
Are being handed out, especially when we started to see the layoffs at the federal government level, right? And we seen Elon Musk and his crew and all of them went in there and they started to lay it off. We didn't see these same women getting these same jobs and being able to compete in the private sector as they are in the public sector. And what happens is they go into these jobs expecting to get their student loans forgiven, and they work there for 10 years in the public sector with that expectation, and at the same time, they don't meet the expectation to be able to compete in the private sector, and that's why you see a misalignment as far as the competitive balance when it comes to black people competing for jobs in the private sector versus the public sector. In the private sector, you actually have to be software engineers, you have to be mechanical engineers, you have to be...
Which Anton is not. Anton has never been a software engineer. And it's crazy how much the media lie to us, bro. Because we have been covering Anton Daniels for years. Anton worked at the University of Michigan for IT support, like shit that you can do without having a fucking certificate. You don't need a certificate to work in basic ass IT. When people, hey bro, how do I download a document? How do I print a document? How do I send my Word document to the fucking printer in the fucking library? That's the type of shit he was doing, bro. He built his wealth and he built his channel on talking about black women. And I think it's about time that I expose Stephen A. Smith and I expose Anton Daniels. I think it's time that I put them at the top of the list, because I had Jeff Metcalf up there. For a little minute, it was going to be Jeff Metcalf. But I feel like these raccoons are just as bad as Jeff Metcalf. The shit they doing right now, they might as well say watermelon felon. And where is all the accountability for that shit? I'm telling you, man, be careful who you idolize out here. And I'm like, that's why, like, with my sons, I don't even let them watch shit like ESPN and none of that shit. I tell you about basketball. Because if you grow up watching these type of hoe-ass niggas, your mind gonna be fucked up. You gonna think, oh yes, you know, I know Stephen A. Smith, he gonna do the right thing. He gonna speak good on the black community. Nope. Talking down on Jasmine Crockett, doing all this hoe-ass shit.
STEM fields and be able to get these same type of jobs and qualify to go up the economic ladder and not just in the political landscape or the public sector. And we cannot continue to let black women lead us, not only at the polls, but when it comes to determining what happens, in these political circles, right? No, they do not take responsibility for what happens to the community. We are worse off than we've ever been in history. And more importantly, the Republican Party is not
Than we've
there to
ever
give
been?
you what-
What?
Worse off than we've ever been?
Wait,
than we have polls, but when it comes to determining what happens, in these political circles, right? No, they do not take responsibility for what happens to the community. We are worse off than we've ever been in history. And more importantly, the Republican Party is not
Than we've
there to
ever
give
been?
you what-
That
No,
we've
I
worse
don't
off
think
than
that
we've ever been?
than we've ever been. In my opinion, I believe that we are, when you compare ourselves to other groups, when it comes to the wealth gap, we are worse off than we've ever been in my lifetime of my 44 years on this earth.
but that's not what you said originally. You said we're worse off than we're ever been. And Stephen A., I'm going to clip this with a different clip where he said this shit before. He said this shit before, Stephen A. He playing you. Just like he played Corey Holcomb. But I'm going to have to prove that he playing you because you're not hearing me. I did a few videos about y'all, Stephen A., and maybe you didn't see them. I tagged you. Maybe you're not really tapped into the people that really fuck with you. I just don't understand it. Anton said this shit before. Black people worse off than we ever have been. But then he gonna tell you that he never been a slave. And instead of you, Stephen A., checking that shit on your channel, you allow this type of degenerate type of fucking conversation to happen, bro. I don't understand this shit. It got me so disappointed because I really thought in my heart that we can rely on OGs like Stephen A. Smith. I really thought in my heart that this was one of the realest niggas that was on TV, bro. This shit low-key break my heart to see that Stephen A. not the man I thought he was, bro. Real talk.
And the interesting thing about the Democrat and the Republican Party, and this is why we have to have a mindset shift, is the Republican Party is not there to give you something. It's there to remove the barriers for you to do for yourself.
And the Democrats do that too. We're not out here just giving away stuff as well. I mean, we're actually trying to. But real quick, I want to ask you this question, Anton.
Whole positions created as far as diversity, equity, and
What's
inclusion.
the Republican answer when your Republican Party? You mentioned Elon Musk. Doge is what it's called.
Department of Government Efficiency.
Yeah, you guys fire all these people in public sector. Isn't it true that the Republican response from President Trump and others was go into the corporate world? Now, Stephen A., think about that. If you had spent decades in working hard to pursue public service, particularly in public health certifications, and you get fired for no fault of your own, just because this president did not like the CDC, not because you were doing a bad job, not because you couldn't actually do the job. And then the Republican response to these black women that Anton was talking about was go into the corporate sector.
Mm-hmm.
How is that logical?
Well, guess what?
Well,
guess
let me
what,
say-
man? Hold on, let me
chime
answer
in.
this.
Go ahead.
He asked Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith tries to answer, but Anton already got his talking points prepared. Yeah, I think it's about time that I go ahead and rejoin this Anton Daniels race. Anton, if you see this, I urge you to stop. But I know you not because you making money. So I'm going to have to hit you where it hurt. Your money. See, Anton, he act like he care about Rita. He act like he care about Lil Leslie. The only thing he really care about is the money. You hurt the money, you hurt Mr. Daniels. Right? Let's go.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
That happens every single day in the public sector. You're not guaranteed a job.
No,
People get laid off through no fault of their own on a regular basis. When you go through an audit, when a company, Meta laying off people in order to be able to fund AI, right? Not that AI is replacing jobs, but because they need to spend more money while being accountable to shareholders. People are being laid off, white people mostly, over in Meta, and you don't have the opportunity to say, well, I didn't get laid off by any means of my own. I have to go and figure it out. You don't get a handout just because you got laid off.
What's a handout?
First of all, I don't consider it a handout. They were working for that money. They want to be handed something. That's number one. But
thank you. Thank God you finally checked this nigga. How am I literally clocking into a job and a nigga telling me I'm getting a fucking handout? I don't understand it, bro. How am I getting a handout by clocking into a fucking job? It don't make no fucking sense. None.
Number two, I will say this. One of the things that I will come back to you about, Darren, is this. The process of evolution never escapes any generation. I mean, it's not what it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. It's just not. And so when Donald Trump comes into office, and the one thing that I will say is the man didn't lie about what he was intending to do. He talked about shrinking government.
Man, that nigga lied about everything. The nigga said he was gonna build a wall and have Mexico pay for the wall. Fuck you talking about? You talking about something he ain't lie about shit, so did he tell the truth about the wall? Have Mexico pay for the wall? Did he get as many immigrants out the country as Barack Obama? Or did Barack Obama deport more immigrants out the country than that nigga? That nigga been lying to y'all. Oh, we gonna have affordable food. We gonna bring back good gas prices. We gonna bring back good egg prices. Nigga ain't bring back shit. Gas all-time high. Eggs all-time high. Milk all-time high. Fish all-time high. Beef all-time high. Poultry all-time high, nigga. Rent all-time high. Everything at an all-time high fucking with this boy. Y'all was talking about something, he never lied. When you can go to ChatGPT and Gemini and they'll tell you all type of shit he done lied about. He ain't never lied. Man, y'all niggas be bugging, bro. Just making up shit, gang. Just to make up shit. It don't make no sense. You don't gotta do that shit. And we not stupid enough to believe you niggas anyway. Damn.
Now, the GOP and the Republicans are known for shrinking government. And so I hated the fact that, you know what, they laid off a bunch of federal workers. I hated the fact that it had, a very big effect on black women compared to almost anybody, particularly in that DC area working for the federal.
And that's because there was more, it had a bigger impact on black women than black men because black women work in, for the government, own businesses, got more degrees than black men. That's why. It had a bigger impact because those niggas didn't have no jobs to lose. But see, Anton don't want to talk about how them niggas didn't have no jobs to lose. Black women had jobs to lose. That's why they lost the fucking jobs, nigga. But he gonna make it seem, oh, they all got targeted just because they didn't know what the fuck they was doing. Imagine me pulling up to motherfucking, let's say I pull up to Dell, right? I pull up to Apple. They got 4,000 motherfuckers work. I say, all black women to the front. I think that all y'all black women specifically are the worst engineers. Well, how do you quantify that? You black, bitch. That's why. That's how I quantify that. What are you talking about? Well, little Susie, she just started coding 4 months ago. I'm a senior engineer. I worked with Steve Jobs himself. You're fired. But why? Mr. President don't like black people. What did you say? We said that DEI is shutting down. And y'all gonna pay the price. That's what we said. I thought you said that you hate black people. No, baby. We don't hate black people. We just think like Charlie Kirk thought. Y'all not really qualified for this position. You talking about Charlie Kirk who never went to college and never had any college degrees and got kicked out of Navy school and was a fucking bum? You talking about that Charlie Kirk? Yeah, they're that one. You talking about the one that was talking about black people right before he went to go play jump rope with Jesus? That Charlie Kirk? Yeah. He actually said black women not qualified. Funny thing is, Michelle Obama more qualified than him. Michelle Obama more qualified than Charlie is right now. And he got Jesus' help. Still ain't qualified. Let me keep going, bro.
Government when they made all of those cuts. I hated that. I didn't like that at all. But in the same breath, I also saw it coming from a mile away. Because he said it was coming. He said it was coming because he said the government's spending too much damn money. Now, obviously, he seems a bit hypocritical with the damn money that somehow gets funneled into his pocket. Don't get me started, by the way, Anton, with a $1.8 billion slush fund that he tried to get, that he was going to oversee and allocate to insurrectionists like nothing.
So again, you Stephen A, you stated earlier that this nigga Trump didn't lie, but now they saying that they gotta fire black people, fire black women because of government spending. But you also, Stephen A, is admitting that you know that this nigga has used funds recklessly and lined his own pockets, which means them niggas lied, bro. It never got rid of black women because fucking government spending was too high, bro. That's bullshit, and you know it. But instead of you calling it out because you want to get a good clippable one with Anton Daniels, because you want to just shit on black people, because secretly black women been shitting on you and Anton Daniels for like at least a good 4 or 5 years now. So now you get now the revenge of the nerds. Y'all niggas getting y'all get back. Man, this shit's sad, bro. I'm done with this shit in about 5 minutes. I'm done.
Was gonna get in his pocket. I got you, but we were born at night, not last night. You got to be kidding me with something. Or the fact that the man is in office, and since he's been in office, he's reported to have made anywhere from an additional $5 to $7 billion in his own damn pocket. These are the kind of things that they're saying. Somehow, some way, the American people are suffering, but he's getting richer and richer. Him, his cronies, his families, but not necessarily the American people. I'm looking at it.
And that's why people like Anton Daniels align himself. And you know this, Stephen A. What you just said is everything, my nigga. This nigga done made $7-8 billion. The American people suffering. White people at that, nigga. Not just black people, bro. So y'all know bro corrupt. And just like Anton, Stephen A. Smith, as long as the checks keep getting unwritten, that nigga gonna keep shucking and jiving. As the moment black men made themselves available to be bought outside of slavery, that's when we was fucked up. Niggas used to couldn't be bought. You couldn't come to Dr. King or Malcolm X, Minister Farrakhan. You couldn't go to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and say, here go $100 grand. I need you to say black people ain't shit. And they go on there, or hey, as long as you keep them YouTube checks coming, I'm gonna say black people ain't shit. They wouldn't do that, bro. They had some dignity. They had some self-respect. They had some respect for the ancestors, the ones that came before us. Anton, that's why I posted his father's obituary, because he don't even respect his father. Why should I respect your father if you don't respect your own father? Your father was a poor-ass laborman who had to work hard. And the only thing that his legacy is turned into now is his son is going to be known as the man that got famous shitting on black women. So he can eat, because he don't got no real skills. Because he was lying about being a software engineer. This shit is crazy, bro. And this is why when people come to me about being a demon, I don't care about rules. I don't care about none of that stuff, because this is what we had to deal with. I be seeing people every day in Chicago work hard, try to do the right thing. And I had to tell them niggas, hey, man, why you doing that? It's going to be a nigga like Anton Daniels and motherfucking Stephen A. Smith raccooning, and they going to be getting thousands, if not millions of dollars from it. Pouring it right back into the white community. That's a fact, bro. You feel me? So what are y'all niggas going to do? Are you going to continue to allow these niggas to influence the black community? Are we going to check these niggas? I will. I check both of these niggas. Together, separately, in person, online, however the fuck they want to do it. And I prefer to do this shit in person. That we don't gotta do no clout shit. We don't gotta make it seem like I'm trying to use y'all whole ass niggas platforms. I'm just wondering, do y'all think about the kids? Do y'all think about the families? Do y'all think about the people that listen to y'all? Specifically you, Stephen A. We don't give a fuck about Anton. Nigga, I'm from Detroit. I'm telling you, Detroit don't stand behind that nigga, and you know goddamn well they don't. He can't come around Vezo and all the rest of the real niggas talking this kind of shit. That's why he don't got no real interviews with these niggas. Because they not trying to hear that shit. You haven't seen a Big Meech reach out to this nigga. You haven't seen a Southwest T trying to reach out to this nigga. The niggas who Detroit really fuck with, they don't fuck with Anton. That's just the facts, gang. The only ones that fuck with him is the ones that don't truly love Detroit.
From that standpoint. But again, we all saw it coming, and he said it was coming, Theron. And so for me, I don't know how to answer that. Like, every administration has a right to invoke and implement their own policies. That's what they do, that they think is in the best interest of the American people.
You're ignoring the fact that he's invoking policies that's directly racist toward a specific group of people. You shouldn't, as an American sitting president, look at a certain group within America and then fucking punish them. You shouldn't do that. And the fact that Stephen A. can't say that, it's ridiculous, bro. It reminds me of when Kanye had to be the one that say, George Bush doesn't care about black people. And then you got motherfucking Austin Powers looking goofy. Oh my God. You got Chris Rock or Chris Tucker, one of them niggas, looking goofy. Oh my God, man. Well, just keep on. Act like you didn't hear that shit. Let's keep going with commercials on. And right back to you, Lisa. These niggas ain't standing on nothing. They got no fucking backbone because they know the white man gonna turn their water off. Now you can't get paid no more because they gonna punish you too. Better they punish them niggas and not get paid than we all get punished. I can't do that. That's what we gotta deal with. That's the same shit that Monique was talking about when she brought up Steve Harvey bitch ass.
See it coming, you gotta prepare accordingly. What do you say to that?
So I'll add two more things real quickly, and I'm gonna answer your question. We also saw the same president who told us he was going to build this ballroom and it was going to be funded by private dollars, and he just allocated almost $350 million for Secret Services. And it's also, when we look at where we are of this war in Iran.
Yeah, we call that a lie. Oh yeah, bro, I got this ballroom. It's going to be privately funded. Taxpayers ain't got to worry about shit. Now the money come from the Secret Service. Secret Service money come from where? Taxpayers. These niggas be lying to y'all niggas on a daily basis. That's why when I be seeing niggas shuck and jive for this shit, I be thinking like, bro, I really wish that we live in an age where we can really put an end to all this shit. But we can't, right? We live in an age where all the fuck niggas, they control the media. They control the judges. I mean, these niggas done put in work to really fuck America over. Americans are working every day, struggling, especially in your city, Stephen A. In New York. You shouldn't have shit to say about no motherfucking Democrat, because I heard Mondani out there motherfucking looking like Jesus Christ himself. Got New York happy as hell. And to me, look, it's no coincidence Mondani getting office out of Knicks fucking champions. All right, B.
It's going to probably have a $132 billion negative impact on our economy at a time where he's doing all this stuff and we having to pay $4 gas. But let me say this about what the president told us he was going to do. You're absolutely right, Stephen. He campaigned on Project 2025. He did talk about shrinking governments. But guess what? Newsflash. Democrats have also talked about less government and figuring out how we can eliminate waste. Biden did it. Obama did it.
I never heard that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I never heard a Democrat really talk about that. I really haven't.
Well, I'm here to tell you that I work for these folks, and I knew that they would go in and look at.
With all due respect, Stephen A., this nigga actually does this. You and Anton just play at this, nigga. You been hanging around Allen Iverson and Ray Allen for the last 20 years. Fuck you mean you never heard this shit. So we supposed to believe, because your bitch ass never heard it, that Democrats never talked about having a smaller, you know what I'm saying, government having a smaller role in the American people's lives? Are you a fucking goofy nigga? Do you think that every single fucking Democrat want government controlling every fucking thing? No, you gotta be stupid if you think that. Are you dumb? Are you cool?
At certain departments, see how we can actually deal with. And after COVID, everything changed because we didn't have to figure out how to telework, right? We had to figure out how to do more abilities to use virtual meetings and different things like that. But here's the difference: Obama, Biden, other folks did it, but it was metrics driven, Stephen A. It actually you had to actually put a cost tag on how much we were going to save and was the work going to be able to get done if you make these cuts. We know, back to the CDC, that was a personal attack on a major federal agencies based here in Atlanta in DeKalb County, where he fundamentally was mad about the use of vaccines. He put a secretary in there who clearly didn't know what he was doing. That was a direct attack. Now, when you start looking at the cuts to the federal education, right, our education department, how are you expecting to improve public schools and to have a more educated workforce, as Republicans talk about, when you're eliminating the people who are doing the work every single day that are there to help these teachers, help these public schools thrive? And so, yes, he told us he was going to do it. It was too much. And I think we're seeing the consequences now. And that's part of the reason why you're seeing the inflation rate so high. Oh, by the way, Stephen, he told us he was going to deal with inflation on day one. Last time I checked, inflation right now is the highest it's ever been under Trump's
I
administration.
got that part.
Right now.
Make sure you.
Oh, hey man, this nigga cooking y'all niggas. Hey, somebody watching this, find that nigga Theron Johnson Cash App or something, or because if I gotta do it, you know, I bump into him. You know me, right? I miss to find you where you find you where your fucking mama at, and it don't matter where. If I gotta bump into you, I'm gonna bump into you, right? I like Mr. Johnson. He cooking these niggas. Cooking. Inflation is at an all-time high under Trump. Man, this nigga trash. Remember he was doing what's that shit called? The tariffs? Oh yeah, we about to run these tariffs up, daddy. And then nigga, we about to get money. America. I'm saying America. Nigga, what? Nigga, you stupid. Them niggas said, raise the prices, gang. Fuck it. Raise the prices and then blame that nigga too. But what about the American people? Fuck it. Bleed them dry. They need this shit. We don't need this shit. They need tissue. They need motherfucking soap and all the rest of this shit and shampoo and shit. That's them niggas. Raise the prices, nigga. The only real niggas that never raised their prices was Arizona T. Matter of fact, let's take a 30-second little shout out. Shout out to Arizona T, nigga. Them the only real niggas while I grew up in Detroit. They always kept it 100. 99 cents for the can or the plastic bottle. Nigga, fuck you talking about? So if you want to put the top back on, drink that shit out there. That shit's so fire. 99 cents? You can't name one other product that's been that consistent, that loyal. Nobody is like Arizona Tea. Nobody. They're the best corporation as far as giving the consumer like what we want. I never switch up on Arizona Tea. And they got the iced tea, lemon tea, raspberry tea, watermelon. What else they got over there? Fruit punch. All type of shit. No matter what you want, they got that. Man, let's keep going with this whole ass shit. Cause now I'm about to go about to grab me an Arizona, smoke me a blunt. And I can't listen to this type of bullshit at home. You feel me? My wife just had a kid. This shit fucking my mood.
Say under Trump's administration, because under Biden, inflation was above 9%. And in some
and then
places,
he lowered it. And then when Trump got in there, it was lower.
Inflation is only at, well, that's because it's high expectations for Trump. You got to remember that when Trump left office the first time, inflation was less than 2%. All right.
And then when he came back, it was now it's the highest it's ever been.
One at a time, guys.
Under Trump, 3.5%.
Guys, one at a time.
That's not crazy.
Go ahead, then.
No. Under Trump, 3.5%. Now you got to also do the math, because, and this is why I say disingenuous. So there'll be a lot of talking points that's thrown in. Oh, he campaigned under Project 2025. Trump obviously denounced that. He said he wasn't campaigning under Project 2025. there are some things that I will agree with.
We also know that nigga a liar, Anton. Fuck is you talking about? I don't give a fuck if I told my wife that from the beginning. She was like, I said, I don't got a problem with Trump. She said, why you don't got a problem with Trump? I said, I know that nigga's a liar. Right? Y'all ever watch The Wire on HBO? The very first scene in The Wire is the little homie, I think his name is Snot Nose or some shit. He get popped. Now the homies knew that Snot, whenever we shoot dice with the homies, they knew at some point through the game he gonna pick up the money, he gonna try to run because he was a thief. That's what Snot Boogie was doing. He was out thieving, right? Now keep this in mind. Keep this in mind, right? Snot Boogie homies knew he was a thief, but they still was cool. They even let him come around because they like, hey bro, you gotta let bro do what he do. That's how niggas feel about Trump. He a liar. Never know what the fuck he talking about. Egotistical. You feel me? Got rich off his daddy money type shit. He like Jay Prince Jr., but the white version. You feel me? Like Jay Prince Jr., but the white version. Goofy. Hanging around goofy assholes. Stormy Daniels. You feel me? Hanging around goofy ass niggas. Jeffrey Epstein. You feel me? I never knew Epstein. I denounced Epstein. Epstein. I never knew him. I never knew he was doing it. We don't believe your bitch ass. We don't believe you. So yeah, Anton can say, yeah, bro, I never fucked with Project 2025. I don't know what that is. But then we do enough research, we find out 85% of the motherfuckers that work at Project 2025 used to work for this nigga. Personally, like that, like these niggas done shook hands. So again, bro, it's so much bullshit with Anton and the conservatives right now. They don't know at some point they gonna fuck up the whole Republican Party, bro. And I really mean that shit. They about to fuck up the whole Republican Party. Nobody about to be truly giving a fuck about what anything like anything that anybody has to say over there because they're so fucking disingenuous. It just literally makes no fucking sense, bro. I swear to God. Let me keep going.
And this is what makes me objective, is because I don't agree with the $1.8 billion slush fund, while at the same time, we do need to remove subsidizing private jobs with the public sector. And so an audit should be done. Audits are regularly done in the private sector, and we should be doing it with our tax dollars. But for whatever reason, we think it's okay to just throw money at the wall. That's why you're talking about the Department of Education. The Department of Education is really removing the federal government's hand from it and giving it back to the states, right? That's the true nature of what they're trying to do with the Department of Education. We know that money has been wasted for a long time, that kids have been suffering. We've seen under the Biden administration, kids suffering at a mass rate of learning disabilities. And now we have AI entering into the race, and we have all of these tablet babies, and we don't know what to do with it. And so you have to evolve and you have to change how you're teaching these kids. And there's other things that other countries are doing that we can take into consideration and start to implement. But the reality...
Bro, shut the fuck up, because you saying a whole bunch of nothing. Niggas can't even follow what your bitch ass saying, because we talking about one thing, that was Donald Trump, and now you talking about tablet babies and education. Bro, what do you actually propose people do? Because the only thing you're doing is fucking complaining. We got tablet babies, and then we're not doing what we're supposed to do. And then the black community, they're going to allow black women to lead them to the pole the wrong way. And then we're not prioritizing marriage before sex. And then we're not doing this, and we're not doing that. Damn, nigga. What's the solutions, bitch ass boy? This is why Cameron was on there dragging your bitch ass, saying that, hey, whoever that dude is, Anton, he was too scared to just put hands on you. He tried to walk outside with security guards and shit. All that disingenuous shit, we don't really tolerate in Detroit. And stop saying you from Detroit. You born in Waterford, Michigan, nigga. You from the burbs, nigga. So made me have to pull up to the city, bro. Oh, God.
of it is this. is that you can't continue to blame other people for your shortfall. And the one thing that I do know for sure, and two things is for certain, is that black people are going to vote Democrat regardless. So even when it goes back to his original point when he's saying that we need to acknowledge and exalt the people that are being successful and that look like us, he still hasn't talked about Brandon Johnson. He still hasn't talked about Lori Lightfoot. He still skips over Karen Bass because they're doing a horrible job. They look like us, and they are a reflection of what is wrong with our politics.
I don't think they're doing a bad job at all. None of the people you named. I think that, as a matter of fact, if you was in their shoes, you'll be doing an awful lot fucking worse if we keeping it like 100, my nigga. If we keeping it 1,000, my nigga. You feel me? I couldn't imagine Anton being a mayor of Detroit. I know if that's the point, I gotta get all the family, everybody gotta get the fuck on, because it's about to go down. The whole city about to be ran through. It's over with. This is a nigga that couldn't even keep his people together. Look at the situation with Mika. He gonna do Detroit just like how he did Mika. You know what I'm saying? Pump and dump. And not even a good fuck. Nigga, she can't even build her platform over because everybody know Shorty for fucking with that whole ass nigga. It's like when you dating a shorty, right? And then she's like, oh yeah, this my baby daddy. And then you look at the nigga, he Anton Daniels. You like, all right, yeah, I can't even fuck with this bitch because she's so stupid. What would possess you to even do this? I can't have no kids with you because you making real dumb choices. Look at Rita. Child. Let me keep going. I'm about to end this shit soon.
And why we continue to vote Democrat regardless of the people that's giving us what it is that they're giving us. I don't agree with any of what he's saying right now.
Oh my God. I'm done right there. Because black people are not just voting Democrat regardless of any fucking thing, bro. People vote for who they want to vote for. I voted for Kamala Harris because she has far more political experience than Donald Trump ever will have. She's a better leader. She has more education. That's just what it is, bro. And she's a woman of color. That's how I feel. I fucking love Kamala. I got her book. It's like motherfuckers don't understand that people can just vote for who they want to vote for. Just because we black don't mean we automatically voting Democrat. Cause I say straight up, right? I'm gonna keep it 100. I didn't vote because of Joe Biden, man. If it was Joe Biden and another white man on the ticket, yeah, I probably would have voted for Trump. I ain't gonna lie. I don't fuck with Joe Biden. Straight up. My wife, she love that nigga. She think Joe Biden and Barack Obama. I fuck with Obama. Can't fuck with Joe Biden, gang. Nope. Don't fuck with him. Don't fuck with Hunter. Nope. Never fucking will. Them now, if Anton got anything to say about them boys, I ain't gonna say shit. Hey, fucking bury them nigga. I don't give a fuck what you say about them boys. But when it comes to talking about Democrats all around, no, bro, I'm not about to let you make it seem like all Democrats have ruined every city. I'm not gonna do that. When I'm watching Mondani thrive right now. Thrive, bro. Got New York looking better than it ever has, bro. Okay. But that's it, man. I'm out of here, bro. I got a new baby. You know what I'm saying? New baby. Me and my wife. We just making money, and I hope that you guys enjoy this content, man. You know, I just be in the truck ranting, saying what's on my mind, and leaving it at that, man. I don't mean nobody no harm, you feel me? But the one thing that I always have to do is keep it 100. If we can't keep it 100, we can't do nothing, my niggas. I'll holler at y'all later. Send Nation out. Peace, man. Make sure y'all send me a little something on the Cash App to support the baby fund. Peace.